We're going to be going over the instructions today on how to put together an XpressPort RoundTable Cart. The tools that you'll need for this job, two really simple tools. You'll need a 9/16 socket, and then you'll also need a 9/16 wrench. And if you have a ratchet wrench, that would make the job even easier. The layout of your materials and parts is crucial. It'll save you a lot of time, a lot of frustration having to take things apart and put them back together again. So what I've done here, let's start off with the side rails. I have the side rails here. You're going to want to lay them down so that the bolts are sticking up on the side here. As you can see on both sides, we've got the bolts sticking up. The next thing that we're going to want to make sure is that this ramp, if you can see the angle of the ramp is pointing down, this is actually going to be flipped because right now the rails are upside down. The other aspect is that this right here with the bottom wheels and casters, notice that they're slanted that way, or away from the rest of the cart assembly. Everything else we have here, again, is laid out in a very specific order. These side supports, again, you're going to want them, this one on this side, slanted in, that one on that side, slanted in, so that it's they're both of them are going inside. And then this last piece here, again, you're going to want to have it positioned like this, so that the angle is actually going to be going down. So the next step is to put on the ramp. Like we were talking about, the ramp piece, I'm going to be flipping it upside down. Then I'm going to take a side rail, and it's got these pre-assembled parts in here. It'll fit really easy on top of here like that. I'm going to hand tighten the nuts. And then I'm going to grab my 9/16 socket and tighten those down. Now, something really important to remember as you're doing this particular step is that as you feel the nut that's down below, you want to make sure that it's seated into the pocket. If you reach below, which I can't show you this, but if you reach inside and if you don't feel that the head of the nut is flush, or the head of the bolt is flush with the wheelbase here, then you're going to want to make sure that that gets turned and put into place. Now that we have the bottom ramp on and the two side rails connected, we need to flip it over. So what we're going to do is just stand up, lift with the knees, flip it over. After we do that, now we're going to start assembling our side separator plates, or I call them side rails before. So remember to keep your angles. We want this angle coming inside like this. We're going to lift up the cart. Go ahead and set it right there. Get it so that it's flush. Get that on top. And then hand tighten the first nut so that it doesn't move out of place. Then go ahead and repeat it with the next nut and bolt. And just shimmy it in. And hand tighten that nut. You're going to repeat it on the other side. The difference and the only time that you use the crescent wrench or the ratchet wrench is whenever you're tightening this particular part here. Because of the angle of the side rail and this support, it makes it difficult to, you almost can't get a socket wrench in there. So use the ratchet wrench for this particular bolt here, and then you can use the 3/4 inch socket for every other bolt that you use. The next step is to put on the back wheels. So you can do it by yourself. It's not too bad, but it's easier with 2 people. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna lift up this back here, get the green plates on the outside, and then we're gonna take the smaller bolts, and once you get one in, it's nice and easy. Just get that one bolt in, get it flush with the plate, and then hand tighten the nut. Then after you get all 4 nuts in, just go back in with your 9/16 socket wrench and go ahead and get everything tightened up. And it's that easy. All right, so we're almost to the end. What we're gonna do now is put on the back support. The important part about the back support is that as you put it on, you'll have the angle of the outside brackets, and then this cross beam here is gonna be almost horizontal. We're gonna put it in here in these 3 bolts, in these 3 holes. Where you put it is determined by the size of the table that you have. We're gonna go ahead and put it up top here. And then you take your long bolt, stick it on down through, shimmy it in, get it flush, and then tighten the back. So the last step, we're gonna take these brackets and we're gonna install all 3 of them. The first one here, the important part to remember about this is to make sure that these gouges or these crevices here are lined forwards. You're gonna get your bolts in there again, just shimmy it on in, get it flush, and tighten it down. The next one, as you put it in, is gonna have the brackets. I didn't know the name of it the first time, but I got it now. So you're gonna get these brackets here, and you're gonna have them pointing up. Same thing. I always like to start with the center bolt, just because it holds it in place. You'll tighten that one up. And then the very last one, and this is your very last step before you're ready to go, is to take this one here. It's gonna go on the inside, get it aligned with the holes. Make sure that the head of the bolt is here. You put it in, tighten it up, get all your bolts on there, and you're ready to go.